Okay, so this is one type of editor which gives you some of the uh, pages with the default content already. So now if I want Java file or HTML file, browser window is a different thing, C++, and there's something called as Perl here. I'm not so aware of what it is. Anyways, so Java, C, C++ file, HTML page, anything. Okay, so when you want to create a page or a file, it gives you the default skeleton of that by default, so that you don't have to worry about. Okay, I'll show you the difference. Let me just select a normal text. So it the page what you see on the screen is completely blank. There is not even a single line uh, associated when I clicked on this. What is it, the normal text page. So this is what you get when you click on normal text page, and you will be able to see the file names in the bottom here. Okay, and then now I'll select HTML page. Okay, so see, I have some content by default. This is the default content which every HTML page is expected to have. Ignore this, meta tags. The other day I told you meta is nothing but just an information. So it gives you some information what type of char set it supports. UTF-8. This is all about Unicode transformation into 8-bit. So this is the char set this page is going to support. Generator is the name of the editor itself. It has edit plus. Author, if you want, you can give your names here. Keywords, not necessarily required. Description, nothing is required. This is just an information for your purpose or a developer's perspective. These tags are required. Even okay, so the point what I'm trying to make here is you don't have to worry about. See, if you prefer using Notepad, what happens is you'll have to ensure there are few tags that have to be added, like this HTML tag, and you see a attribute here called lang. Lang refers to the language, and en is nothing but English. So the value for this particular attribute is English. Okay. So likewise, there are other languages that are supported. I'm not so aware of the values that this attribute will take, but by looking at this, we can make out that the value currently assigned to this lang variable is en. That is nothing but language is equal to English. Then, as I said, ignore these meta tags no matter what. It doesn't really matter. I can avoid them, but since Edit Plus, as I spoke about the feature of Edit Plus, it gives you some contents page ready. Like as soon as you click on, okay, let me click on Java file. You see the skeleton, default skeleton, which is common across all the .java files, have been provided by this Java page. Okay, so this is the speciality of this editor. Like this, you have a lot of editors. I don't prefer using Notepad for everything, because obviously in one or the other way, if you know in and out of a particular language what you are trying to learn, like, see, most of the people, if I'm a what if I'm learning Java for the first time, I'm not so aware that the class is mandatory here, and without main method execution will not happen. All these things I'm not aware. So what happens? This will give you the default skeleton of the program uh, by based on your request. If that's what, like, HTML will give the default content of HTML, Java, and then C also. You can see. So you can prefer using, since you will just be creating the HTML files. I request you guys to use this editor. You can download this online, and upon download you will get this window. Just ignore this. You can move this window to the bottom, or pop up to the bottom, and then you can continue creating your files. Okay, so here you go, new file. Okay, so this will give you a empty file. Then you will add the content, and then you keep saving this. And I was in my early days of career working on Angular, so a React and Angular. See, this is related to a few files that I configured for myself for practicing purpose. Since I'm currently working on React, this is what I have currently here. So all these things, JS file, you can see a JavaScript file, app.js, index.js, all these have been created by me here in this editor. But avoid using, the editor until you get to know what are the default contents for respective markup languages or programming languages. Like Java has some default skeleton here, okay, and then C has its own skeleton here. Just gives hint to the new learners, beginners, that okay, so all these things have to be there in order to continue with your respective programming. So you can use Edit Plus. It's a good editor, as I said. So which will help you get the content uh, based on the request. If you are requesting HTML and Java also, you'll get. So I believe you guys are from Java background, and whoever I don't know C, to be honest. I learned that in my engineering, and after that I pretty much kind of stuck with Java. We have meta tags in HTML. If you want to pass something, okay, I'll pass the my name. I'll give here. So if I have this file saved in a project, and if some other developer wants to take a look at it, and if he's not understanding what exactly is there in this particular file, if he wants to consult someone, he can refer to this author. Okay, so this is, that's like briefly how I would summarize a meta tag. Like, it's just like it will not help any browser from providing information perspective, but it will be information to the developer who will be working on that particular file. By default, when you request for the file to be a HTML file, will give the extension based on your request automatically. So you don't have to worry about giving the extension here. As the other day I said, if you are writing anything in a notepad, you have to provide the extension as .html, because by default it will be pointing to .txt. So now I'll just give this. I'll name this as a demo, and I'm not passing .html here, and I'll save this. See here, it is asking me there is no file extension in the file name. Do you want to add HTML extension automatically? Click on this. That's it. It is saved. So let me just go and just verify it once. Okay. So see, I'll change this to Google Chrome. And then we have the uh, page ready. Okay. All I have to do is I'll just have to refresh this, so you can see there's a paragraph, and I'll click on inspect. We can actually take a look at the where is it? Okay, so here only you can take a look. See, I have added inside the paragraph tag, and it is starting here and it is ending here. See, the other day I also told that it's not mandatory for all the tags to be closed, but there are some tags which have to be closed mandatorily in HTML. Nothing will happen if you don't close, but at some point, see, HTML is all about adding the content in a page and having it as per the requirement. Now, if I want this paragraph here somewhere here, it's not possible. I'll tell you why it is not possible. It is possible. I'll just do small change. I'll remove the set 6 tag. So see here. So what it is doing, uh, so it did not come in the same line, but if you look at the uh, display format, it is referring to the h6 tag here, the display format of the h6 tag, despite using paragraph tag. So in order to avoid these type of minor problems, you would have to close this particular tag. Okay, so some tags function properly even if you don't close them, but some of them have to be closed. So I'll just go to the browser, reload the. You see, it is getting the display format of p tag. So this is a paragraph, adding a paragraph. So this is how you add a paragraph. There is nothing much to discuss on that particular stuff. Anyways, since it is taking time, I'll not use you to this time and I'll move forward. So it is all about highlighting the content. So by making it more important, and it is more important, we'll just highlight this particular content. And also, you must have noticed a lot of other specifications available while writing a paragraph. Like some of the content will be in italic format. So that is also possible in HTML. Now, what I will do, I'll have a separate tag after this, after the paragraph tag called I tag. This is an tag. Okay, you see the content of that. So it's just that the font format, font style has changed to italic. So you have this tag if you want to highlight something out of a paragraph or any sentence you have on the web page to make it to drive the attention of the viewers. You can use this italic tag or bold tag. And instead of bold, also what you can do is there is a substitute for bold tag. I'll add something called as strong tag. Strong refers to bold. So this is a tag which was introduced in HTML5. The latest version of HTML is HTML5. There was HTML 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There were few of the tags were brought in HTML5. So this is one of those tags. This is strong. Okay. See, there is no change with respect to the display format. Okay. So if you want me to add this and you want to see the comparison, at the same content what we have there. Okay, so see, there's no difference at all. So this is, we'll talk about the strong tag, why it was introduced in HTML5. So it's just that, simply if I, okay, I'll tell you now, right now, why the strong tag was used. See, in some of the latest browsers, the viewing format has been updated. Like this refers to be deprecated in some of the latest browsers. Like you have some browsers like Mozilla with the updated version, Chrome with the updated version. So in some browsers, some of the tags are not supported. Okay, so in that case, what they did is they just did a upgrade to a HTML format from 4 to 5, in which they came up with some of the tags that can be used as a substitute, in which the older version tags are not supported. Okay, so that's that is the only reason why you see some substitutes. Like the functionality still remains the same. Now with the version what we have here, both the tags are displaying properly, but in some of the browsers it is very rare. I haven't seen that, like, in my career, that uh, bold tag is not supported with the browser. But there are some browsers, since we have different platforms as well now. Platforms refer to the Android. So now I have Windows operating system. uh, there can be Linux, Mac, all that. Maybe with respect to the operating system, this varies. Okay, so just to ensure that all the browsers support and display according to what is requested, so the tags have been brought up in HTML5, strong tag. We have a lot of other tags. we'll discuss in the forms section. We have something called as forms. But currently, I'm just uh, talking about the basic tags which you guys may use when you become web developers or full stack developers very frequently. Italic tag is used uh, like it's not used on a frequent basis, but you will see this used in very rare cases. And then B tag is used frequently, or you can use either B or strong. So always prefer using what is latest, that is strong tag. And paragraphs, obviously you'll see this every now and then. Okay. Now let us talk about having sections. Okay, now see here what I'll do. I'll just copy everything what I have here and I'll just paste it after that. See, you got the same thing what you have above in the page, in the top of the page. Same thing you have. What's the difference? Like okay. I'll instruct this and I'll show you. There's a purpose, there's a reason why I have added that. So I'll expand the body and then what I will do, I will do. Okay, let me have it like this. So see here. So a paragraph, you have a paragraph tag here, header tag here, one more header tag here. Same thing you have here, but there should there is no separator between these two. This is like the both the contents what you have here, both the tags referring to header tags here and here. There are multiple tags of that we are currently seeing. It is because I have added that. In some cases, you may add a few things, not exactly referring to or pointing to the duplicate content, but you may use the tags on a frequent basis. Obviously, that is very like very frequent that you keep on using the tags on a repeated basis. Okay, so in that case, what I let's assume I want there is a requirement in that same thing what I have added here. I want it to be displayed right below it. Okay, so but there should be a separator. Now, if you look at this page, see this entire stuff is in the body tag, and strong tag is separate here, I tag is separate, P tag is separate. So there is no separator here. So what I want from here to here, it should be in a different section. So what I'm trying to say is I want a section in which I can group some of the tags. I want this to be one group of section. Okay, I want this to be a separate group of section so that from development perspective, see this will be quite obvious from viewing perspective that they'll assume this to be different sections. But from development perspective also, you need to ensure that there are separators which gives you different sections on the picture. So to do that, what I'll do, I'll just go here and I'll just add a tag called div tag. Nothing but division. So this has to be closed mandatorily because as I said, it will give you a section from the start of the tag to end of the tag. Now, if I say, see, this is one section. Okay, I'll show you here. Refresh. Now, if I mouse over on this particular div, see here what's happening. This is one particular section. Now, after that, whatever you see is not in a section. It is not a group. Okay, but if I talk about the div here, we have some section. Okay, so it just gives us a section in which there are a group of tags which are grouped to be in a particular boundary. Okay, so this is how you get a separator. If you just mouse over on this particular div, you'll see what are the uh, tags that are inside that particular div. So similarly, you can have n number of div tags in the page. Div, wherever you want, you can have the div tags. Div tags are always used very frequently the tags are being used in the web development. So everything, whatever you see, will be uh, enclosed with a div. Now see, this makes a developer understand that this is one section in which there are some tags that are being grouped in a particular div, and also this is a separate section. That's why it has been put in a particular div. Okay, so that is the significance of using this div tag. It will not give you any functionality, but it just allows you to create a section on the web page in which you can add the contents that are preferred to be added. Okay, so now what I'll do, let us take up another concept in HTML called some, something called as list. Okay, I'll notepad. So list in HTML. So you guys are pretty much aware about what is a list. List is nothing but sequential display of contents, or the contents which are displayed in a order or in a particular format. Okay, that is referred to as list. So in general, I'm saying. So in HTML also you can have some contents displayed in a form of list. So there are two types of lists. Two types of lists are there. First one is ordered list, which arranges in in ordered format. Okay, it will always give the contents an order. Okay, I'll show you that later. And then unordered format. This is unordered list. Maintaining all this. Okay. So these are the two types of lists. So in order to have a list in HTML, what you have to do is, so list in HTML is recognized by a tag, that is li tag. Li tag is referred to as a list in the HTML. Okay. So when I talk about the types, there are two types: ordered list and unordered list. Again, this is differentiated based on the tag, and from HTML perspective, unordered list is recognized with a tag called OL, ordered list, and uh, ordered, and for unordered, there's a tag called UL. Okay, so whenever you use these tags, you use ordered list tag, whatever content you add inside that, it will be displayed in the ordered format. And this one, when you use this particular tag, whatever content you add inside this will be displayed in unordered format. Okay, so list in HTML is recognized by li tag, and the types are recognized by two respective tags: OL for ordered list and UL for unordered list. And then let us quickly weave the structure in the structure in which the lists are displayed in HTML. Then in characters, I have header tags which to say below list. Okay, now then all about adding the contents into the list. So I'll just add the numbers here. Li. I have created a list. See, this is how you create a list. Obviously, if you are just using list tag, doesn't mean that you add something like this and ask HTML to sort it into the list format automatically. That will never happen. So this is how a list is created in HTML. You need to ensure you are adding rows and refer to one list, refer to one row. Okay. So you have to ensure that as many content you want to be you want to display in list format, you add those many rows using the list tag. Okay, so I'll just show you this in the UI how it looks. So you see, I have not chosen what type of list it should be. Despite knowing that there are two types of lists, I have not chosen yet that what type of list it should be. But regardless of that, I just have a list. You see below are the list. Okay, I'll not use this anymore. I don't want you guys. So we will talk about one in one separate session about all these things. I'm not using this anymore, so don't worry about that. I'll just so see here. We have the list here, and the list contents are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you look at the format that it is using, it is currently referring to which type of list. There is a type of list by default it is referring to. But where should I use OL here? If I want this entire list to be displayed in an ordered format, how do I make this list an ordered list? OL is the tag I have to use if the list has to be an ordered list. Then again, how do I make this list ordered in the ordered format or ordered list? Okay, above LI. Okay, I'll use here. Fine, right? Is this fine? Okay, but since you have some list, you always have to ensure that it is closed. You are right, but always ensure that it is closed. Okay, so I have made this list as an ordered list. Now let us see the output. See, by default earlier it was referring to the circles, okay, dots. Now this list has been sorted and it is displaying the list contents in a ordered format. It is because of the ordered list that is available in the HTML. Okay. Similarly, I make this as UL uh, ordered list. So always ensure that you make use of header tags first. That's one of the reason why you have header tags actually, so that you can provide headings to each and every section. Okay. This is the ordered list and this is the unordered list. So I have two groups of lists. That is, one is ordered list and the other one is unordered list. But always remember that, always remember that when by default when you are creating a list, no matter how many list tags you have, by default it always behaves as unordered list. Okay, but then again, if you want to give it a specific format, you should go to the tags that are available which represent the types of list, ordered list and unordered list. Okay. So yeah. Any questions till here? No, I have one question for you guys. Since I spoke about the list by default behaving as unordered list, why do I need to use this tag unordered list? UL tag. OL tag is understood. Like I want by default it is displaying in the dots or the unordered format, and the dots are being assigned to the contents of the list. That's why we are using OL tag. But why should I use UL tag? Any guesses? No guesses. Anyway, I'll show you one more thing. Okay. Let's see, when I want to sort something else, I can sort it in ordered format. Now this is an ordered format. What are the different orders I can provide? One is the order can be recognized by the numbers that are available. One, two, three, four, five. Can I sort this list in alphabetical order? A, B, C, D, E. Can I sort this list in alphabetical order? Okay, so even that is possible. What I have to do now, see, I want, let's say I want this list to be displayed as A, B, C, D, E. Then what I will do, I will go and make use of, see, whatever you use inside the tag. Now this type, whatever you see, this refers to an attribute. Attribute will always look for value. Okay, I'll just save this. I'll reload the page. See here, no changes. I've just added the attribute. See, whatever is used inside the tag, inside in the sense before the end of the tag. So inside that, if you're using something, it is referred to as attribute of that particular tag, and attributes always look for values. Okay. So here, since I want this to be displayed in alphabetical order, what I'll do, I'll just keep here only for this list. Okay. Now let us go and check the output. See here. Are you guys able to see the order now? A, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now I want this to be in B. What should I give? And where should I make the change? Obviously, you have to go to that particular list. Use an attribute called type is equal to what should be the value? Can anyone guess what should be the value? Any guesses? Hello, are you guys there? Or everyone is watching IPL matches in hot tub in the background? I don't see any response. I see four members available. Can anyone, try and answer my question? Am I audible? I'm just wondering now if I'm talking to myself. Okay, Shivansh, thanks for the confirmation, Shivansh, that my voice is audible. Okay, anyway, uh, like I had a question here. Now, if I want this content to be displayed in the alphabetical order, which is B, what should be the value? Can anyone answer? Shivansh, since you are, I see you to be proactive. Appreciate that. Leave it empty. I guess it will take default. No. Okay. I'll do what you said and then here, no change. I have to pass some value. As I said earlier, you cannot just have an attribute without any value. No default value. Nothing. There's no concept of default value here. Since I have passed A here, what should be the value here? If I want it to be B for this one, this list, the second list. Okay. B expected, I expected that answer. But then again, will not give any changes because it should be A again. Should be A, and I'll refresh this. You see, it's the second list is displayed in a alphabetical order. So what I'm trying to say here is the value what I have given to the type attribute here or A refers to the alphabet. It is nothing but alphabet. Okay, so I'll just have make sure you guys note these things. Attribute in uh, list tag. Okay, so it ensures that specific formats for lists uh, are provided based on the value. Okay, so provided based on the values provided. So here, uh, so we learned about the default format. So the default is number. Default is number. Then again, other formats available. Other available formats are one is alphabet. So if you want any list to be in alphabetical format, the value should be A. Okay, value for each attribute should be A. And then one more is what can be the other format? Number is the default. You don't have to give it to. You don't have to pass the value as number to the type attribute. There is one more format. One is alphabetical format, and the other one is there's one more format apart from number and alphabet, which is very close to number. You will find the answer in my name. Okay, I don't see why I am why there are lack of responses. Roman, yeah, that's my name, Shivan. Thank you. But I am sure you guys have heard about Roman numerals. Okay, so that's the other format. Roman numerals. So if I want it to be displayed in Roman numeral format, should be the value. It should be the editor. It should be like refresh that. See here, it is showing. See, I passed I. It is since the list is in ordered format and the already the elements of the list have an alphabetical order. Since I requested the third content of the list to be in Roman numerical format, so it is automatically checking the order of the list and it is assigning the format as per the type value assigned to the type attribute. Okay. Now fourth one. Okay. So if I want the fourth one to be displayed in a similar format. What I'll do, I'll just copy and I'll paste it here. But when you want a list to be displayed in a number, you don't have to worry about using the type attribute. Okay, I'll refresh this. These four. Okay, so these are the two types, two formats that are available for ordered list. But in addition to this, you can also consider displaying the list in uppercases. Format can be considered in uppercases. In this case, the only thing is the values will change from A for uppercase alphabetical order, and then I for same thing. This format is okay. Roman numbers. We call this as Roman numbers. Numerical is also fine. Yeah. A Roman number format. Alphabetical format order and alpha. That one. Okay. Now fifth one. What I'll do? I'll go here and then I'll copy this attribute. I'll pass the value of type attribute which is currently in lowercase. Um, I'll replace it with the uppercase value, and here also I'll do the same thing. A should be in uppercase. Now just take a look at the output here. A, B, 3, 4, 5. So this is how you give a specific format to the list, and you can actually make your page more attractive with the available formats that are supported by the order. Okay.